She's in the middle of the frame. All right, everybody, we are back in action tonight. 5 p.m. game. The Menomonie Mustangs, who we saw down in Chippewa Falls for that Constellation Championship game that went to a shootout. And your Proctor Rails. 15 minutes on the clock. First period's about to start. Brecken wins the draw. Let's play it up. Brecken gets it back. Plays to Miles on the far side. Miles plays ahead for Will into the zone on sides. Back to Garrett at the point. Sidesteps one into the slot. Shot. That whistle's wide of the net. Garrett intercepts at center ice. Will curls. He'll dump it in on the far side. Puck bouncing around behind the goal line. Brecken now with it. He surveys. Sends it towards the net. Save. Menomonie up through the middle. They're out of the zone. Poke checked away by Gray. Brecken now gets it ahead to Will. He's on the wall with it. That hops up. That hit a player on the bench, so we will get a neutral zone face-off here. Declan wins over to Matt. Into the zone down the near side. Tries to center. Puck's bouncing around. Comes to the line and out. Garrett will have to retreat. Garrett right back in down the near side. Shoots this one in on net. Stick save. Puck to the corner. Rimmed hard around. Matt holds at the point there. Sends one off a shin pad. Back to the line. He's got it. Sends up and out. Garrett at the red line. He'll just dump this one right back in behind the net. Menomonie up the far wall. They send it out. Garrett intercepts at center ice. Into the offensive zone. Shot just inside the blue line. Off a stick just wide. Declan runs into Griffin. Forced to retreat out of the zone. Menomonie steals that at center ice. Declan gets it back into the offensive zone. Flips this towards the net. Weekly. Puck comes free back to him. Griffin battling behind the net. Played up off the glass. Held in temporarily by Declan, but now Menomonie out of his zone. Matt takes this one away. Center ice. He starts ahead. Into the offensive zone down the near side. Bottom of the circle. Fires that one over the net. Play it up and out. Miles hustles over to get this one. Plays it up for Bria. Into the zone. She'll go. Onto the slot. Shoots that one. Up off the goaltender. It's in the crease. That is cleared wide. That one was all but sitting on the goal line. Mustangs to center ice. Backhanded into the zone. Garrett's got it there. Sends it ahead. That goes through Bria's skates. That'll go into the offensive zone. Icing waved off. Mustangs tip it up. Miles able to hold it at the blue line. Pivots. Fires one towards the net. Kick save. Mustangs up to the line. Through neutral ice. Miles able to take this player out there. Brio will pick up the puck. Skates in behind. Over 4. Garrett in the corner. Ahead for Tony. Backhand to Brecken. And they're through neutral ice. 2-on-2 as they cross the line. Brecken, bottom of the circle, centers. That was about a foot off the ice. Tony couldn't find the wood. Will on the wall. Forced into the corner. Tony in behind the net, battling there. Will on the half wall, has it stripped. It's tipped off the glass and out. Garrett's got one on as he rotates back. Into the offensive zone. Shoots through his skates. That's on net. Rebound. Ends up in behind. Declan now has. Playing it up the wall. Up to the point. Matt has. Pushes this one towards the net. That's intercepted. High off the glass. Garrett up to Gray. Gray into the hands off to Declan into the zone. That's tipped back and out. Matt takes a player out in front of the net. No call there. Miles able to come away with the puck. Matt picks this one up in the high slot, out of the zone. Down in, Gray was just off sides. So offsides the call, 9:59 left in the first. Menomonie wins this draw. Starts through neutral ice. That'll be dumped in. Matt picks it up, circles behind the net, hard up the far side. Max flips it up and out. Mustangs will regroup in their own end. Sent ahead. That deflects off of Miles' stick. Mustangs down the wall with it. Centers, intercepted by Brecken. He flips this off the glass to get it out. Mustangs into his own far side. That's pushed in wide of the net. Garrett to Brecken. They'll start ahead. Brecken in the slot. Max up on the far wall. Played up to the line, that's held in. Griffin able to force that puck out. Icing's waved off, they're forced to play it. Griffin battling in behind the net, he gets the puck, sends it out front. Max couldn't quite get a stick on it. That comes up to the point. Matt has it on the half wall, that goes wide. Garrett thinks better of jumping into the play on that one. Play it out, Garrett will intercept at center ice. Starts back up the near side wall. He's into the zone. Over to Declan. On his backhand, poke to the corner. Declan centers, that fanned. Rink wide pass, skips over his stick. Tony will be the first one on it. Plays it over for Matt. Matt plays it ahead for Tony. Tipped back and returned back into the zone. Matt tries a stretch pass. That's intercepted. Garrett takes this one away. Declan up ahead. Bria overskated. Dumped into the zone. Mustangs played from their own corner. Saucer pass lifted ahead. Player loose in neutral zone. Into the offensive zone he goes. Matt able to strip him of the puck. Leaves for Declan. Mustangs have it in the slot. Taken away by Miles. Gets it up for Bria. She's able to play it up out of the zone. 2-on-2 as they cross. Tony's got it. He pushes it into the zone there, near side. Centering pass is intercepted. Declan steps up, takes that away. He's on the half wall with it now. Bottom of the circle, out in front. Shot from Bria that hits the skate out front. Mustangs through neutral ice. They'll backhand that one into the zone from the red line. Miles out from behind the net, sidesteps one. Rink wide pass, just misses Will. That hit the referee just inside the zone, so it didn't make it for icing. Menomonie will start back out the other way. Into the zone on the near side. Shot, glove, held onto. 6:42 left for the first. That's the first registered shot for the Mustangs. Face off to Jason's left. Right. That one. Brecken wins this back for Garrett, rimmed high off the glass. Will out of the zone will pick it up at center ice. Puck was poke checked away. Back out of the zone. Brecken now has it. He fans on a centering attempt. Mustangs play it forward, intercepted by Miles. Into the offensive zone he goes. Down into the slot, bumps into a player there. Mustangs will clear. Garrett curls at his own blue line, starts ahead. He's got some room. Shot from the circle, hit the goalie. He didn't know where it was. In behind the net, Will plays it to Garrett in the corner. Garrett sends it out front. That hits a skate. Mustangs up the far wall, hopped over Miles' stick. Gray back to cover up. Rink wide pass hits Will. Will down into the zone now. Brecken over to Will. That gets past him. Mustangs start out near side. Into the offensive zone. That runs into the referee. Fortunate play there for the Rails. Will tries to center. It's taken away. Shot off a boot. Garrett reverses, starts up near side. That misses Gray. That'll be on net, though, so Mustangs will be forced to retreat and play it. Brecken chases a player out from behind the net. Gray takes out a man. Matt from the blue line shoots. Glove save. Rebound. Hits the back of the net. Cleared high and all the way down. That's going to go for icing. 4:53 remains in the first period.
Let's go, Rails!
Declan on the draw. That's one back to Miles. Declan gets it back. Max pushes it down into the corner. Max has it, centers, taken away. It's going to be chipped all the way down again. Icing called. 4:37 remains. Declan off the draw. Down for Max. He's pinned against the wall. Puck still bouncing around there. Declan tries to force down to the corner. He does. Out front, that hits the side of the net. Declan still battling behind the goal line. Menomonie picks this one up. Sends it up to the line. Held in by Matt. Played down the half wall. Played back up to the point. Declan bumps a player there. Has possession. Sidesteps one into the circle. Bottom of the circle. Sends this into the corner behind the net. Miles hops down into the corner for it. Miles behind the net. Sidesteps, pushes it out front. Gray trying to hold the line. Matt will. He steps up into the slot. Hard shot there. Scores! Goal for the Rails. Comes off the stick of Matt. Assist should go to Griffin on that, I believe. Draw one by Brecken. Sent down into the zone. Garrett retreats behind the net. He'll shovel this one over for Miles. He lets it go by. Bria tries to play it up to the line. That's held in. She gets it back. Out of the zone, Brecken. Hooks there. No indication. Brecken hauled down in the corner. Bria sends it out front. It bounces around. Mustangs play it off the glass and out. Icing is indicated, and that'll be the call. 3:07 left in the first period. Face off to the right of the Mustang goaltender. Brecken wins the draw back to Miles. He fires off a shin pad. That'll come up out of the zone. Battling neutral ice. Miles has got the guy pinned. He squirts free into the offensive zone. He's behind everybody. Shot off the post and in. That's a goal. On just their second shot of the game, they score on that breakaway. 2:52 left in the period, and the game is tied at 1. Matt will take this one off the draw. Cross center ice. Into the zone he goes. Shot from the top of the circle. Scores again. Matt with his second of the period. 2:44 left in the first. Rails back up by 1. Assist will go to Declan on that. Gray into the offensive zone. Declan holds the point, sends it back down into the corner for Will. Matt shot from the circle, puck bouncing around. Declan steps up on the half wall, holds it temporarily. Mustang's able to clear. Good back pressure there from Gray. Matt will end up with the puck. Starts ahead, tripped. How'd he fall down? Garrett has the puck at center ice. He'll start in, 1-on-1. Shot from the high slot. That goes off a stick. Puck in the slot. Backhand shot from Will. Declan has it up behind. Garrett now has in the circle. Backhands it towards the net. Tipped. Rebound attempt. Doesn't make it to the net. Menomonie off the glass. Matt can't hold it in. Icing waved off. Rails are forced to play. Jace plays it to Garrett. Garrett up through the slot. Plays ahead for Gray. He tips it into the zone. In behind the defense. He's hauled down. Another non-call there. Menomonie up through center ice, poke check outside the blue line. Will over to Declan, right back into the zone they go. Declan shot from the slot off a boot. Matt has it at the blue line. He'll walk down into the corner with it. Played up to the line. Will hold it there. Down to Declan at the half wall. He's stripped of the puck. Will comes over, keeps it in. Will off the wall with it. Heads to Garrett in the slot. Shot wide of the net. Garrett gets it back, sends it to the middle. That's intercepted by Menomonie. They'll reach the red line, dump it down into the corner. Garrett has it there, rides a man into the wall. Sends it up. That's too far for Griffin. He has a collision there. Puck underneath the two of them. Declan gets it ahead. He's out into the offensive zone. He goes, fires a hard one. Gloved, held on to. 12.6 left in the period. Offensive zone face-off here for the Rails as they lead 2-1. Mustangs win it back to the corner. Around behind the net. Sent up to the circle. Backhander ahead. Matt had vacated. Mustangs able to clear. They play it ahead. They got a guy loose into the zone. And buzzer goes off before the shot. Would have been a great save from Jace either way, but no shot attempted. First period shot totals for the Rails. What's that? First period shot total for the Rails, 13 for a first period save total for the Mustang goaltender of 11. First period shots for the Mustangs, 2 for a first period save total for Jace of 1. 35 seconds left in the intermission time, then we will start the second period.
Let's go, Proctor!
Opening draw of the second period, won back by the Mustangs. Puck forced down in behind the net. Matt rings it back around near side for Will. He sidesteps the pinching defender. Up ahead for Brecken. Couldn't get it to Gray into the offensive zone. Miles now carries it in. Sidesteps one, sidesteps another. Puck forced to the far wall. Miles still with it there. Cleared up and out. That'll go for icing. Just 34 seconds into the period.
Added the shot to get back to the space.
Draw one back by the Mustangs. Played up the far side wall. Matt does hold the zone. Backhands that one into the slots. Taken away by the Mustangs, up and out of the zone. Gray has it at center ice. Tries to play it forward. Miles will pick this one up. Tries to feed Matt. That goes off a skate. Matt now has. He's into the zone on sides. Down the wall. Gray picks it up. Continues. In the corner, plays back to the points. Back to Will in the circle. Over for Miles. He'll fire a shot. That goes off somebody out front. Might have been Gray. Brecken in the corner with it now. Has time. Survey, sidesteps the player there. Tries to backhand that through the slot for a breaking Miles. Miles fires that off the boot. Can't hold the zone. Mustangs start back the other way. Mustangs in the circle, trying to play it back to the point. That goes off a skate. They get it back. Brecken takes it away in the corner now. He'll play it all the way around. Will at the blue line, gets a stick lift to force that out. Tries to feed Gray. That doesn't connect. Mustangs back into the zone down the near side. Stops, centers, out front. Puck was loose. Cleared up but not out. Blocked by Garrett. He's able to clear to the wall for Griffin. He couldn't get it out, but Garrett will.
Go, Garrett, go!
Into the offensive zone down the middle. Wides, fires over the nets. Mustangs rim it around far side. That's tipped ahead. Held in by Declan. He's got it in the circle. Sidesteps one. Fires from a low angle. Scores! Declan unassisted. 12:30 left in the second period. He's extended the Rails lead to 2. It's now 3-1.
Let's go, White!
Mustangs into the zone. They shoot. Kick save from Jace. Garrett clears to the circle. Puck bounces ahead. Max will pick this one up. Able to get it up and out of the zone. Plays ahead for Declan. He's bumped into. Shot well wide of the net. Garrett will be the first one on it in the circle there in the back behind the net. Tip to the wall. Griffin and Drake or Declan combined to get it out. Played rink wide. That deflects off somebody. Garrett picks this one up. Curls in the corner. Starts back the other way. Up off the wall for Griffin. That was out of the zone. Back in offsides. 11:44 left in the second period. The faceoff comes outside the Rails end. Menomonie in possession off the draw. Matt takes this one away, plays it ahead. Bria up out of the zone, plays over for Brecken. He'll reach the red line, dump it in on net, save. Bria chases the player out from behind the net. Mustangs start up through center ice. Into the zone down the near side. Backhand shot right into the breadbasket. Jace swallows it up. 11:19 left in the second. Draw down to the corner. Miles has it there. Plays this up ahead. That bounces through a few people. Bracken able to clear the zone. 2-on-1 with Bria as they get through center ice. Poke checked off his stick. The Mustangs start right back. Into the offensive zone they come. Center to the slot. That gets all the way through to the far side circle. He'll curl, shoot, save from Jace. Puck in the high slot. Clear to the circle. Another shot off the post. Brecken elects to clear. In on net. Brecken. Mustangs into the zone, far side. Shot from above the circle. Jace will grab it. Hang on. Flashes the leather. 10:34 left in the second period. Declan wins the draw. Gray up to the line, but not out. Miles, second attempt, does get it out. Declan picks up the puck. Backhands this over for Will. It's in the slot, bouncing around still. In their feet, still bouncing around. Mustangs come away with it. They're able to clear. Miles fans on a clearing of a rink-wide pass. It's forced into the zone. He'll get it back. Hard off the corner. Will plays it ahead. Declan starts up. 2-on-1 with a trailer. Shoots hard. Goaltender, gloves, falls down, keeps the puck out of the net somehow. Goalie held his ground after he fell down. Kept the puck out of the net. We'll get an offensive zone draw here. Declan on the dot for the Rails. He's got possession over to Will. Menomonie takes it away. Up to the line and out. Garrett, the poke check there, slows them down. He's got the puck on the half wall now, down into the corner. From behind the net, plays it up ahead. That's intercepted. Puck squirts to the line, but not out. Menomonie down to the bottom of the circle. Shot off the posts. Miles sidesteps the forechecker. Does it again. From the half wall, plays it ahead for Will. That goes off a couple of skates. Will, on his backhand, up for Gray. Plays it to Declan into the zone. Poke check there at the blue line. Played right back out. Menomonie starts ahead. Bottom of the circle. Backhand shot wide of the net. Gray tries to force it up the wall. He's taken out. Garrett able to play it up and out. Gray fights through a stick check there. Declan able to force it into the offensive zone. Shoots and scores. Declan with his second goal of the game, second goal of the period. He gets an assist from Gray and Garrett on that play. 8:48 left in the second period. Rails extend the lead to 4-1. Mustangs win the draw. Griffin putting pressure on there, forces the puck into the zone, dumps it down near side. Matt comes near side, misses Max. Icing the call. It's 8:23 left in the second. Brecken wins this one back to Matt. Around behind the net. Starts up through the circle. Keeps possession into the offensive zone. Poke checked off his stick. Griffin slams this one down into the corner. Played up the near side wall. Mustangs lead pass, taken away by Garrett. Sidesteps the player there, up out of the zone. He's run into, Max takes the puck. Max down into the offensive zone, puck into the far circle. Max gonna go for roughing. I think they're gonna take them both. They might take them both. And that is the call. Coincidental penalties there. I think they're going to both skate 5-on-5. Skating 5-on-5, 7:48 left in the second. Mustang number 13 going to the box for hooking. Max for the retaliatory rough. Draw one back. Matt from the blue line shoots and scores. That's a hat trick. Assists to Brecken and Tony. I think that was Brecken winning the face-off. Matt scores the hat trick goal. Assists go to Tony and Brecken. That extends the Rails lead to a score of 5-1. Draw one by Brecken. Tony forces it into the offensive zone. Played up to the line, but not out. Brecken from the top of the circle. Save, rebound, into the net. He scores. That'll be Brecken unassisted. Extends the lead to a score of 6-1. Mustangs win the draw. Bria steals the puck. She shoots this one just wide of the net. Tony from behind the net, back over to Bria. Puck comes out front. It's in the slots. Brecken over to Matt. Back over to Brecken. Oh, Bria. So it wasn't Tony. It was Bria. My apologies. So that was. Matt plays this one ahead. 3-on-1 as they come through center ice. Plays over for Tony. Back to Matt. Backhander off a stick wide of the net. Tony gets it back. Tries to center. Played ahead into the circle. Declan steps up. Can't take that one away. It's cleared into the Menomonie bench. On a play. Center ice face-off coming with 6:42 left in the second period. Declan wins the draw over to Will, forced it into the zone. Mustangs play it ahead. Miles from his own blue line ahead for Will. That deflects off a couple of sticks. Will will get it back. He curls at the blue line, plays it to himself off the near side wall. Centered, that went in behind Declan. Menomonie up through center ice. That's taken away by Miles. Hands to Will. Will sidestep one there. Into the zone. Down into the slot. He'll shoot. Scores! Will from Miles at 6:07 left in the second period. The game is now 7-1. This is the game that we gave up 5 goals in the third period in Chippewa Falls. This is the team we gave 5 goals to in the third period in Chippewa Falls. Let's not have that happen again. Draw one back by Declan. Garrett has it into the zone on the near side. He'll fire from the blue line. That rims all the way around. Held in by Miles. It does finally squirt free. Played back into the zone. They're saying onside. They're going to say unassisted on that one from Will. Mustangs in on the far side. We'll go down to the half wall. Played back to the point, but the defender had slid to neutral, to the middle. Pass near side, they'll retreat. Pressure there from Declan. Will comes over to help. Intercepted by Gray into the zone. Flips this one up and out of play into the stands. 5-17. Apparently we're going to start running time now. Mustangs win this draw. Into the zone on the near side, they'll dump to the corner. Matt rims it right around this near side. Max couldn't quite catch up to it. Mustangs, puck knocked loose. Max plays it over, taken away. Griff, poke check there. Mustangs into the zone, stripped of the puck by Brecken. He couldn't clear it off the wall though. Garrett in behind the net, stops, reverses back. Starts up through the circle, ahead for Brecken. Plays it over to Griffin. He's into the zone. Got it on the circle, centers. Brecken shoots, kick save, forced to the corner. Played up the wall, Garrett pinches. Can't hold the zone. Griffin will play it back to Matt at his blue line. That skipped over a stick. Battles down in the corner now for it. Matt in behind the net. Stretch pass for Brecken. That's off his stick and down into the offensive zone, but he had not yet reached center ice. Icing the call. 3:29 left and running in the second. Declan wins the draw. Bria picks that one up in the circle, overskated. Up to the point and out. Mustangs forced back. Rink wide pass connects. They're into the zone. Referee in the way at the half wall there. Declan battling for it. Gets it ahead, but not out. Mustangs will play it down into the corner. Tony gets it there. Backhands up and out of the zone. Up ahead, Miles tries to step in on that one. Puck into the zone down the middle. Drop back to the point. Shot goes wide of the net. The puck's loose underneath Jace. He found it somehow, got a glove on it, and makes the save. Score is still 7-1. Come on, Ethan, you can do better than that. Yeah. Brecken wins to the corner. Garrett hard off the far wall. Gray outside the zone. That chips up and almost hits the announcer's box. Young lady from Shawinigan ended up with that one. Mustangs win the draw. Pass ahead, tipped by Will. They'll get it back, play it into the zone. Miles from the corner. Up ahead, Will can't tip it away. Garrett does clear up. Brecken takes it out of the zone, into the offensive zone, through the feet. Backhand shot on net, saved and smothered. 1:04 and counting left here in the second period. Mustangs with possession off the draw. Chip it past Garrett at the blue line. Miles back to cover up. Hurls, sends it ahead for Will. Will starts ahead. Sauces one just past Brecken. Gray will be the first one on it in the corner. Looking to play it back for Garrett. It's intercepted and cleared. Miles hustles back 2-on-1. Shot right into the body. Jace covers. 11 seconds and counting left here. This will end the second period. Time for Chuck a Puck. Second period shot total for the Rails, 10 for a second period save total for the Mustang goaltender of 5. Second period shot total for the Mustangs, 8 for a second period save total for Jace of 8. Waiting for the Chuck a Puck announcement. Here it comes. We're going to take a mute break here while they do Chuck a Puck. Opening draw. One back by the Mustangs. Yeah, trying to get my glove back on. Into the zone. They're called onside. Shot. Goes wide of the net. Centered off of Jace. Will picks this one up in the circle. Pass ahead. Bounces over Gray's stick. Garrett intercepts. Loses possession there. Puck bounces around into the zone. He was offsides. Hard shots. Nobody knows where it is. It's in the net. Why are we stopping the clock? We were offsides by a lot. So they're going to count the goal 8-1. Apparently we stopped the clock for no apparent reason. Miles runs into the wall there. Helped by a player from Menomonie. Played up to the point, but not out. Shot blockered aside by Jace. Mustangs have the puck back now. On the half wall, played to the middle by Jace. Sent back towards the net. Miles retreats in behind the net. Up ahead for Will. That's in his feet. Mustangs center. Backhand shot scored. Score is now 8-2. Rails not taking care of the puck on that play. What? We're also not running the clock anymore. Played up out of the zone by Matt. Returned back into the zone by the Mustangs. Matt behind his net. Hard up the wall. Bria picks that one up. 3-on-1 as they cross. Shot ramps up in behind the nets. Declan will pick this one up bottom of the circle. Over to Garrett. He'll fire a shot from the top of the circle. Ends up wide. Matt down in. Bria with a backhand shot. Saved. Cleared to the wall. Garrett holds the zone. Shoots from the circle. Kick save there. Wait ahead. That's taken away by Bria. Tony will get it in the bottom behind the net. Tries the center. Taken away. Declan forces to the wall. Played up. Matt poke checks that away at the blue line. Declan's got possession. Fires one off a shin pad. Garrett holds the zone. He's got it at the blue line. Walks the line. Still has possession. Shot from the dot. Goes off a shin pad. Wide of the net. Mustangs start up. Good back pressure there from Tony. Forces the puck away. Garrett's got it. He stripped of the puck right at center ice. Mustangs come in 2-on-1. Centering attempts. Cleared aside by Declan. Good play there on a good back pressure. Bria chips this one up out of the zone. Played back ahead. Garrett narrowly avoids a too many men call there, as Miles came on to play. Up. Tony carries it back into the zone. He loses possession. Down into the zone come the Mustangs. Fired wide of the net. Matt's got it in the corner. He starts out. He'll continue down inside. Bottom of the circle. Shoots. He's taken out from behind, hits the net. Miles from the top of the circle. It deflects off a couple of bodies into the corner. Max picks it up there. He's battling. Puck squirts free. Brecken has it. Up to Matt at the blue line. He stops. Pushes one towards the net. That's intercepted. Mustangs will start out with speed. Cross the blue line and offsides. One too many moves. Offsides the call. 10:30 and counting left in the third period. Menomonie forces the puck into the zone. Centers. Jace. High to the line, but not out. Mustangs with it in the corner. They play it back up the wall. Griffin chips, but it goes into the circle. Garrett through the slot with it now, one-handed. Out of the zone, through center ice. He'll shoot from the high slot, scores! 5-hole, Garrett unassisted. 9:48 left in the third. 9-2 is the score. Why are we stopping the clock?
Garrett from
Unassisted. Declan wins the draw. Will into the zone down to the near side. Stops on the half wall. Back to the point for Garrett. He tries to play it back down, hits a body. Fires this one wide of the net. Bounces off the far side wall. Cleared up, but not out. Miles gloves, drops. Second attempt does clear the puck for the Mustangs. Will toe picks just outside the blue line. Taken away by Declan. He's out of the zone with speed. Into the zone far side. Around the circle. Around the net. Back to Garrett at the point. Garrett's going to fire a shot from there. That goes off a body. Gray back covering up. Plays this one ahead. Will pick this up at center ice. He's waiting for some help. Curls back into his own end. Turns back, plays it for Miles on the far side. Miles up ahead into the offensive zone. He's knocked down. Declan tripped as he goes down the wall. And as Menomonie plays it, tripping going to be the call there. 1.5-minute penalty. And the Rails to the power play. 8:22 left in the third period. Brecken wins loses the draw to the corner. Puck up the half wall. He's got it. Over to Garrett on the near side wall. That puck hopped past him. He's in the slot with it now. Backhander towards the net. Intercepted. All the way down, icing the call. Menomonie wins the draw. Forced wide. They'll just dump it in behind the net. Matt picks it up in the corner, starts ahead. Through neutral ice into the offensive zone. He'll go down the far wall. Centers, pop free, shot, save. That was Miles. "18 seconds and running left in the power play for the Rails. 7:06 left in the period. Garrett with a shot, kick save into the corner. Played back to the point. Miles, Matt back down to Miles. It's in the circle. Will up the wall. That's intercepted. Played rink wide and out of the zone. Mustangs down the near side wall. Garrett takes his player out. Miles hustles over, picks up the puck. He'll start through neutral ice. Stick lifted there. Will's got it. Will chips ahead for Garrett. Down behind the goal line. Centered out front for Brecken. He puts a weak shot in that hits the body out front. Matt hustles over, does get the line. Fires that shot into traffic. Mustangs pick it up. They race ahead out the far side. Shot, scores! And that makes it 9-3. Why are we stopping the clock? Is it 6 or 7? I don't understand. Okay, there we go. Declan wins over to Bria. Is taking off her stick right off the hop. Down into the slot. Good stick there from Garrett. Forces that shot wide. Played up the wall. Held in. Declan has it on the half wall now. He'll stop. Start ahead. Rink wide pass. He got Matt. Matt shoots from outside the blue line. Kick save there. Rimmed up the wall. Mustangs start out near side. Declan trips a player there, no call. Into the zone. Matt takes it away. Mustangs get it back. Drop pass intercepted by Tony. Declan able to force this one out of the zone. Tony's got possession. Hands over to Bria, just missed. Bria shoves it back into the zone. Tony hadn't quite gotten back. That was maybe one step offside. 4:50 and counting left. We'll get a neutral zone draw here. Rails into the offensive zone. Menomonie will take that away. Play it out through neutral ice. Comes to the near side. Shot from the bottom of the circle. Jace will swallow it up. Brecken wins it back for Matt. He rims it hard off the far side wall. Max tips it ahead, intercepted by Menomonie. Mustangs into the zone with speed. They curl at the top of the circle. Played ahead by Brecken out of the zone. Griffin in on the forecheck. Played ahead, intercepted by Miles. Into the zone. Shot from the slot. That's intercepted. He gets it back. Loose puck. Shot on net. Scores. Miles unassisted with 3:25 left in the third. Makes it 10-3. It's a good second effort by Miles to stick with it. He forced it under the goaltender. Mustangs win the draw. Into the offensive zone down the near side circle. Centered from behind the net. That goes through the crease. Max up off the wall for Brecken out of the zone. Garrett hops up into the rush. Brecken from the slot shoots and scores. That'll be Brecken from Max. 11-3. Mustangs win the draw back, D to D. That's off a skate. Brecken with it. Fires, tipped wide of the net. Griffin from the corner centers. Max fires it wide. Brecken bumps the player there. Puck along the wall. Mustangs have it. They'll start out of the zone on the far side. Miles steps up, forces the play back to neutral ice. Garrett gets it in his own zone, starts ahead. Into the offensive zone, shoots, falls down, puck goes into the corner. Mustangs down the far side wall. Miles forces him wide, shoves the player into the end wall. Garrett picks it up, plays it ahead for Griff, who tips out. Mustangs up ahead. It hits a body. Declan back for Garrett. Garrett sidesteps the player there. He goes into the offensive zone, far side. Stops, top of the circle. Fires that one, tipped into the corner. Declan surveys there. He's bumped into the wall. Mustangs take it away. Gray steps up. Declan able to take that back, but he's stripped. Mustangs up the near side. That squirts all the way through. Matt'll have. Tries to go rink wide. Forgets the puck. Plays up to Gray. Rink wide for Will into the zone, but they were offsides. Declan one too many steps there. We're under a minute left in the third. Brecken wins over to Tony. He's into the offensive zone. Shot from the dot. In the crease. Puck is loose. Finally cleared.
Hey, knock it off!
I didn't see it. Why are we stopping the clock? Why bother stopping the clock? 6.5 left. Coincidental roughing minors are going to go to Brecken and one of the Menomonie players for the kerfluffle in the crease. One last straw here should do it. Declan wins it back. Tony back to Matt. Shot on net. Kick save. 2 seconds. 1 second. And that ends the period. Game over. Rails win by a score of 11-3. Wow. Third period shot totals for the Rails, 11 for a third period save total for the Mustang goaltender of 7. Mustangs had 5 shots in the third for 3 saves for Jace. Save total for Jace, game save total was 12. Mustangs goaltender had 23. Rails are back in action tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m. where they face the Warriors of Rice Lake, the host team of the tournament.